this is Lucas with this 9th tutorial on how to create a simple breakout game. So after some of you saw the 8 tutorials that I've done, they requested that I would do another one showing you how to create another level. Therefore, if you finish the level that we've done, another level will come up and the user has to pass it as well. So we are going to do that right now, and so we have to begin. So first of all, open Unity, the project that we've done together. Go in the scenes and let's add a new scene. Every level has to have its own scene. Therefore, we are going to create a new scene, change the camera perspective to orthographic, right there, and Control S and save the scene and name it level 2. Obviously, we named the first level game, but I didn't know that you were to request some other tutorials about this game. Therefore, you can obviously name the scenes and things as you want. Therefore, I'm going to name this scene, in this case level 2, so that you will understand. Now the scene is added. So obviously we have to have all the things that are in the scene, the level 1 scene. Therefore, it is very important that not to duplicate this game scene, because if you change something from one scene, it will change on the other. Therefore, it will be a duplicate that changes the files also. Therefore, you have to create a new scene and add all the things again from scratch. Therefore, that is what we are going to do right now. We are going to add all the things necessary to create the second level. So go, obviously open the second level scene and let's add some components. Create empty, and we are going to create a game controller. We are going to create the pedal, so rename that to pedal. We are going to give it, reset the position. First of all, we are going to give it -85 Y position, an X scale of 36, a Y of 4, and a Z of 1 or 2. If you change it, don't worry. So go into the pedal again and change the tag to pedal again. So the next thing is to create the walls. So go ahead and create another cube and name it wall left. Give it a tag of wall and reset the position. Now we are going to scale it up. So X is 1, Y is 240, and Z is 1 also. Let's move it a bit. The X position is -133, I think so. The Y is 0 and the Z is 0. Go ahead and duplicate that wall and rename that to wall right. The tag is already there. Just change the X position to +133 and it will go on the other side. Duplicate again one of the walls and name it wall top. The position is X 0 and Y 100. Now we are going to rotate it on the Z, so rotate it by 90 and increase change the Y scale to 287.7. Increase a bit the Y, make it 102 or 101. Let's check it. Something like that should do. Excellent. So add a directional light. So sorry about that, I forgot to tell you some value. So the wall top has a Y position of 101, a Z rotation of 90, Y, and a scale of Y of 287.7. So we are going to add a directional light, just leave it where it is and change the X rotation to 0. That's all. And if we play it, we can see the walls. Now the next thing is to create the background. So create other and plane, reset its position. Now rotate it on the X by 270 degrees, scale it up on the X by 26.7, on the Y leave it 1, and on the Z make it 20.2, something like that, to cover all the screen. So just go onto the images and drag the stars BG onto the plane, and that should do. And we have the scene visuals ready. So the next thing is to create another ball. This is very important, so that you will have a ball for each level, because each ball has its own script. Therefore this has to be with only one ball and not with two. So go ahead and select the ball prefab and press Ctrl D so that the prefab is duplicated, and rename that to ball prefab level 2, something like that, so that you know that it is the ball of the level 2. Obviously remove no, I'm going to do that later. So the next thing is to create the scripts to cater for the things in level 2. Therefore go in the scripts. It is better that you make a folder right here and name it, for example, level 2. I didn't put these into a folder because I didn't know that we are going to do the second level, but that's not a problem. So we are going to work like this. So go open the level 2 folder, create another JavaScript file and name it ball controller level 2. Sorry, change it like this, level 2 ball controller. Create another one, level 2 game controller, and create another one, level 2 pedal controller. These are the three scripts that you will need in every level that you make. So open all of them into the mono develop, and this part should not be a problem. So level 2 game controller, pedal controller, and ball controller. So now open also all the scripts of the level 1, the ball controller, the game controller, and the pedal controller. Open those three as well of the level 1. So go ahead and select them all, Ctrl A, pedal controller, and paste it in the level 2 pedal controller and save. Copy the code into the game controller, into the level 2 game controller, and save, and copy the ball controller into the level 2 ball controller. Save. Now you can close the game controller and pedal controller, I think so. Yes, you can close them. Now this can be moved. Now the next thing is to change some things. So leave open the level 1 ball controller. So the first thing is to go onto the ball controller. So here we said that if game object, sorry for that, I already done it. If there are no if obviously the user has the lives remaining and the blocks are all gone, the length of the blocks is smaller than 1, then we load the game over. Because the lives are all gone and obviously the game over is loaded. Sorry, you won here, not the game over, sorry about that mistake. So if there are no blocks, so the user won, then display the U1 scene. So because we are in the level 1, if the user wins the level, we don't want to show the U1 scene, so here we just write level 2 and save the scene. So when the user wins the game and the blocks are smaller than 1, therefore there are no blocks remaining, the level 2 is loaded. Obviously if the lives if the lives are still in the game. Now you can obviously close the ball controller of level 1. Now we have to change some things here. So the same thing goes here, but instead here, if we are in level 2 and there are no blocks remaining, we just change this to U1. We just moved the U1 screen by 1 level. Now the ball controller is ready. Now we go into the pedal controller. The pedal controller doesn't need any changes because everything is already done. So you can close it as well. This is the most important part. So here, first of all, we are not going to declare any score and lives variables in level 2 because obviously we want that the previous score and lives of the previous level remain there. Therefore here we say, instead of score plus score, we say score plus game controller plus score. So we call the score in the game controller that we earlier declared and it is showed on the screen. So here we say game controller dot lives as well. And if the score is increased in the first level and we pass it and we go into the second level, that same score is showed again. Now we also have to change some design onto the blocks. Therefore we can do some simple things, for example make them like some scales or something, so instead of leaving just some blocks, so that the user knows that he is in another level. So we leave the variable names as they are. Here we just decrease the numbers, the previous numbers, by 1. Here -4 and 5, -3 to 4, -2 to 3, -1 to 2, 0 to 1, and save. And we should have that design. Now the last thing is to go open the level 2 folder and drag all the things right here. So level 2 ball controller on to the, importantly, on the ball prefab level 2. So we go onto the ball prefab level 2, we remove the ball controller script, remove component, and add the script level 2 ball controller. Now we obviously have to drag all the things the ball, the brick sound, the wall sound, and the block prefab. So that is ready. Now we go to the scripts again and drag the level 2 game controller onto the game controller. Drag obviously the ball again, the ball prefab level 2 importantly, and the block, and save. And the last thing is to drag the level 2 pedal controller onto the pedal. Now I think I forgot some things, only some things, sorry, because of the spawning of the ball. Let me check. Here it is. So open again the level 2 ball controller, because this is the last thing that we are going to change. So obviously if the ball falls in level 2, we need to spawn again the ball prefab of level 2, not the ball prefab of level 1. Therefore we have to change that thing. So in the ball controller of level 2, just here, instead of var p controller of type pedal controller of the first level, we have to make it the pedal controller of the second level. So level 2 here, pedal controller, so that the P controller is of type level 2 pedal controller right here. Excellent. So copy that and paste it right here as well on the get component, level 2 pedal controller. That is it. It was not something big, but it was very effective. So don't forget to change some things here. The Y position is -85, obviously the same like level 1, not such big things. So here the X boundary is 133, the speed is 110, the max boundary is 20, the ball prefab is the ball prefab of level 2, the attached ball is the same, the ball rigid body, the ball speed is 4250, and the pedal sound is obviously the pedal sound in here. That is done as well. So let me check for all the sources, wall sound and brick sound. Go into the pedal. Here we have to add another source, audio source, and we have to add the pedal sound here, right there. Control save, and the game controller doesn't have any sounds. So that is practically it. So the last thing is to file, build settings, and add the scene level 2 after the game, which is going to be level 1, and save that exe file. Let it compile, and now I'm going to show you the whole game now that it has 2 levels. So I'm going to into the menu, let's play it. We have the balls obviously as I showed you, start game, and we have level 1. So I'm going to increase the speed so that you don't waste time seeing me playing the game and passing level 1. Obviously all the things work normally. For example, I have 2 lives now. Check the lives and the score so that you can see that they are passed into level 2 as well. So as you can see, I finished the level 1. I had 1 life because I lost 1. In the previous level I have 660 as the score, and now I have the second level right here, obviously with all things working. So if I win, obviously the one score will show up, and if I lose, as I'm going to do now, the game over scene will come up as expected. Obviously, if you play again, the level 1 will show again. So I hope that helped you with your questions. Thanks for watching. I think this is obviously the last tutorial that I've done with this game. Thanks for watching this series. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks again.